Hello.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
We're back. The gay and the grossed out.
Back again.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Cassidy. Ryan, how are you doing today?
I'm good. It's cold and
It's hailing,
windy outside.
windy, and this campus is a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
I've already complained. So, someone at the school I work at, like the secretary, her husband is a professor here
Mm-hmm.
in like the biology department.
Mm-hmm.
And so they like walk around campus. You know, they live nearby. And so to her, I just complain about campus architecture. I'm like, it's such a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
I hate all the construction.
Yeah.
I hate all the stairs and the concrete. And it's just like she just is like,
Like, okay. Right.
And she's like, you're so right about that. And then I'm like, thank you. I'm
Period.
justified.
Yeah.
Speaking of justified,
Okay.
you must justify your Spotify rap.
Wow, that was a good segue.
Thank you.
Today is Spotify Rap Day.
Yes.
Happy
oh my
Happy
God.
Spotify Rap Day
Like,
to those who
I'm
celebrate.
I'm so surprised that it's November 30th. Not gonna lie.
I know. December starts tomorrow. December 1st. My mom's birthday. My mom's
my
birthday's
God.
tomorrow. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Ryan's mom.
Yeah, her birthday's tomorrow. I'll have to call her tomorrow and be like, I didn't get you anything. Happy birthday. I'll give her 2 presents on Christmas. I'll throw
There
in an
you
extra present on Christmas.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what I'm going to get her for Christmas, but I'll figure it out.
Don't tell. Don't.
I'm saying I have no idea. Like
This
I
is.
really don't know.
But what if she's listening?
She's not.
Ah!
I know she's not. I know she's not.
I
know she's not.
think my dad listens, but he always gets confused when the notification when we post on YouTube gets posted because he's like, "When did you record that?" It's
Like,
because it's posted on
yesterday.
Thursday morning.
Right.
And he's like, "When did you?" And I was like, "Dad, it's pre-recorded. Like you're
Right.
listening to it pre-recorded."
Right. Like you're listening to the recording of it. Like it's good. Or you're listening. Yeah, you're good.
He also says he doesn't know like half the stuff that we talk about, which is
I think that's why my mom stopped listening. 'Cause
Yeah.
She used to listen to like support me. And then I think after a while she realized like, I don't get this. And so she was like,
what's
I
going
love you.
on.
I support you, but I just don't get it. And I'm like, that's fine. You don't have to. Like as long as you care, that's fine.
As long
You
as
don't
you're
have to
like,
get it.
yay!
Right. You don't have to get it. It's fine.
As long as you're not going and disliking every video.
Leaving hate comments. It's my mom leaving hate comments on all of our
Oh my
videos. Being like, they're so boring.
I'm
I
so
hate them.
disappointed in you.
I hate that. Anyway,
Oh,
back to Spotify
Wrapped.
Wrapped.
Would your mom be disappointed in your Spotify Wrapped?
probably.
Find out in the new segment, Roast or Toast.
Those both roast or toast.
Because we're either gonna roast whatever you said
we're
to
gonna
us,
toast
or we're
to
gonna
it?
toast to it.
Oh, I was like it's roast and then also like the
Like-
toast. I'm like, that's both like
I was really excited when I
Huh?
came up with
Oh,
it, like
okay.
an hour ago when I posted.
I
the
guess I would've
Snap-
done, like,
the Instagram story.
roast or boast.
Mm.
Like you roast it or you like brag about it because it's so good that you boast about it. But that's just me. We'll go with your thing. You thought of it, so we'll just go with your thing.
Maybe if you, I came up with the listeners' lounge. At least the name.
Did you?
At least the name.
Okay.
This is a
Okay.
fight started
But the
live on-
idea. But the idea.
But the name.
Doesn't matter about the name. It wouldn't exist if I didn't come up with the idea. Anyway, let's start with our own. We'll start with our, and then we'll
No.
go and do some listener
100%. Because
submissions.
I'm gonna like
You should start with 5 first and go up.
5. Okay. Are we starting with songs or are we just doing artists?
Let's just do artists.
Okay.
Because with songs, it's like, unless you know the song,
Yeah, so true.
you know?
Well, first, do we want to do top genre or does that not matter at all?
I mean, my top genre is just pop. So
oh, is it?
I don't really have much
mine's
to say.
indie pop.
Right. So, I mean,
How many minutes did you listen to it?
of what? Of pop?
Oh, minutes. It just says minutes
Oh,
listen.
I don't have that many. I only have 20,000, which is weird because I literally listen to music for hours every day. So I don't know what's up with that because I don't feel like that's right. Because
Do you listen to the CDs you have?
no, I literally listen to Spotify like for like at least 2 hours every single day. So I don't know why it's so low. I'm kind of confused by that. So I'm not paying attention to that because I'm like, that's not right.
That is very
It just can't
strange.
be. Like I just know
No.
it can't be. So
No, that is very strange.
yeah,
I have 31,000,
slay.
which I believe that. I think.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, number 5 for me. Mitski.
Slay.
I love her.
Did
She-
Mitski release an album this year? Yeah, Laurel
Yes,
Hell. That came out
yes.
this year.
Did that? Oh my god.
Yeah, was that this year?
Yeah, I think so. It's just like every time. I just like
Yeah.
I'm constantly in shock and awe by the passage of time.
No, so true.
I'm like, oh my god, how does this keep happening? How is it December again?
No, literally.
December was
The year's
last
almost
year.
over. The year's almost over.
I don't understand how time works.
2023, here we come. Yay.
Ryan, what is your number 5 artist?
Sorry. I had
Oh
to
my
burp.
God.
Sorry, I had to burp. My number 5 artist was Beyonce,
Oh, okay.
which makes sense because this year actually I went and I've listened to every Beyonce album this year, like for the first.
Oh,
like,
really?
Some of them for the first time, not all of them, but some of them for the first time because some of you may know I do album reviews on Instagram, and I wanted to review the Beyonce albums because one, she came out with a new album this year, which also definitely helped her get into my top 5 because I listened to Renaissance a lot when it came out.
Mhm.
But I also earlier this year was going through all of her albums and like listening to them in full because some of them I had never listened to. So it definitely bumped her way up. And now she's number 5. She always was kind of floating. Like she always would kind of float in my top artists.
Mhm.
But this is the first time she's ever cracked the top 5. So it's very slay for her. And yeah, no, I totally get why she's there. And I'm happy that she's there. I'm happy
Yeah.
she's able to be honored in my top 5. So
That's so true.
yeah. Because Beyonce is slay and she's the queen of pop. And if you don't think so, you're wrong. So.
Agreed.
Anyway, who's your
Agreed.
number 4?
My number 4 is okay. I happen to like find songs that I like and then I just listen to those rather than like full albums or like sometimes I don't even go in depth into an artist that I have a song that I like just because I'm like I find it and I like need to repeat it over and over and over in my head.
I'm like the opposite. When I find
Really?
when I find a song that I really like from an artist I've never heard of, I literally am like, okay, I need to listen to their entire discography, and then I'll literally spend like a week. Which is why I think this is also another thing that I'm going to talk about once I start getting up higher on my list. That's why I think it doesn't take a lot for a song to be up in my number 1 because there's only like some songs that I listen to like over and over again because I'm always listening to like my thing. We might get to it later, but like the listening personality. I got The Specialist, which specifically talks about variety because literally every single day I'm like listening to an artist that I've never listened to before.
Really?
Pretty much, yeah, I would say like almost every day I'm listening to somebody new that I've like never listened to before because I just love new stuff and I love like learning like new stuff. And that's why when I hear a song that I really like by someone, I impulsively am like, all right, what's their album? Do they have an album? Do they have an EP? Like, what do they got? Because I need to listen to all of it. So, anyway.
That's really cool. I really like that.
So, yeah, what was your number 4? Did you say?
No.
Oh.
Because I was explaining it.
Oh, right.
It's Vandabar.
Okay.
They and you know like if like a few like I like okay. Sorry. I just like I always get so flustered when I talk about my music taste because I'm very self-critical of it because it's male manipulator and that terrifies me. But I'm like, ooh, I love it. But they did a song called Alien Blues, which I like heard first on TikTok. It's the one that goes like shame, shame, shame. That one. And like I don't know, like I just like songs like that will just like click in my head. And I'll just add them to every playlist. And honestly, like this year, I probably only made like 2 or 3 playlists, like by myself. Yeah. I added a lot of music to other. I just lied. No, I didn't. I really didn't. I was trying to just be like, no, I totally no. Maybe
No,
I
didn't.
did, but like, but yeah, you know, eventually I'll maybe go and listen to the other songs. I just fear that they won't click in my head as much as the repeated ones, you know.
Right.
Anyways, Ryan, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is a new entry into my top 5.
Oh my God.
She has not yet been in my top 5, so this is the first time ever. That's also because I like just started listening to her this year, like for the first time. And that is Slater with 3 Y's. SLAYYYTER. Slater. She's a hyperpop artist. and she makes, very hypersexual, very like fun party girl music.
Yeah.
Like none of it is meant to be taken too seriously. Except for like a couple. She has like a couple like emotional songs that are like, my heart. But like most of it's just like fun, like hyper pop music that's like girly and like fun. And yeah, no, I love her. Her album Troubled Paradise was so good. She has 2 albums. She has her self-titled Slater, which is good. Like it's fun and it's nice, and I liked it. And so that led me to want to listen to her second album, which came out last year, Troubled Paradise. And that album is just so much more like evolved. Like it's just better. Like I love both albums, but the second one is just so much more like good. And I love it.
Agreed.
But yeah, so that's my number 4.
I was listening. I'm trying to, because I didn't take a screenshot of all of my.
Oh.
So I'm like trying to
Gotcha.
get that now. So
Right,
I was listening
gotcha.
the whole time. I
Okay.
swear. I'm so mad because the one that I want to take a picture of is so far down. So I'm still there. But if I close out of this,
Right.
then
to restart.
I'm gonna have to restart it.
Right. Do you know if you remember your top 3, your third off the top of your
I
head?
don't. That's the thing. So
Oh,
but
gotcha.
I got it. I got it, guys.
Okay, perfect.
Matt Maltese.
Oh, okay.
Matt Maltese. Let's see what song. Oh, he does As the World Caves In. Where the world caves in.
Yeah.
I did not sing that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why does anyone listen to me? Ew. Okay. I don't know. It was just like a song that like, hit me at the right time. I could
You
say.
were like, ooh, I love this.
So yeah,
I love that.
another song that I just added a lot to like or no, maybe I added it to one of the 3 playlists I made,
Yeah.
So that's my explanation.
Fun.
What is your number
My
3?
number 3, and this will surprise no one, is Bree Runway.
Nice.
I love Bree Runway. She is a rapper / like R&B artist from the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And she makes really fun dance music and like fun little R&B songs, and she slay, and she has great music videos that I've watched that are really good, and she has fun fashion, and she's really pretty, and I like her music, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's slay, and I mean, Runway is literally her last name, and also 3 of her songs are in my top 5 songs.
Oh,
so
when we get to my top artists, it's kind of embarrassing how many of the top songs are.
yeah,
It's bad.
yeah, but
Okay.
no, so Bree, she's up there.
Bree.
Love her.
Is her name spelled like the cheese?
It's spelled Bree.
Okay.
So it's free, but with a B.
Bree.
Bree.
Number 2 for me is Sufjan Stevens. He
Mm.
has been like on my Spotify Wrapped every year since like my freshman year of high school, probably.
Wow.
I listened to his one album, Carrie and Laurel,
Mm-hmm.
to like fall asleep to, like
Mhm.
almost every night.
Right. So it's like up there.
Yeah, and it's just like that one has just like a really nice close place in my heart because it came like it was introduced to me by someone that I looked up to a lot. It was
Mhm.
He was a senior when I was a freshman, so he was very inspirational to me at the time.
Oh.
And like I made like for March Band we did psych boxes to like psych people up for the big
Mm-hmm.
final competition. And so I got him, and it was like, you have to make it good. He's a senior. And so I remember I went and I texted his friend, and I was like, what are some things that he likes? Little did I know.
Mm.
They were in a car together, and the person I was texting was driving. So the person who I had the psych box for was responding back.
Just ignore it. Just read the text and be like, oh, that's about me, and ignore it. Why would you respond?
Probably
Just
because
ignore
the
it.
person driving
like-
was like, oh, just answer that.
Yikes.
I cannot stand people who ruin surprises like
No,
that.
literally.
But I think it ended up being very funny, very haha. He actually went to Fredonia.
Silly. Oh, slay.
He's long graduated now, but
Oh, slay.
yeah, sorry. That like was a very intense thing for just talking about like an
No,
album.
well, that's what music does to
I
you.
know.
Is it, you know,
and
calls
I
upon
think
emotion
that's
and
why I
memories.
always gravitate towards single songs
Mhm.
so much, because they make those songs make me feel so much emotion, and they resonate with me at the time,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, I just need to like into the song. Like
Yeah.
it's a way that I can express my emotions by not actually creating.
Right. Yeah. I'm
Music is so good.
I love music. I'm
love
definitely like an
music.
albums person because I like full bodies. Like I like a lot of different like things.
Yeah.
And I like when artists put, you know, a story, and I like to like listen to the album and try to like follow the story and be like, what are they trying to say?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. It's like a book, but for my ears. And a movie, but like
For
if I
your-
were blind,
No.
if my eyes were closed, like a movie, but like I can't see. I only can hear.
Number 1.
No, I haven't said my number 2
Oh
yet.
God, I'm so sorry, Ryan. Go number 2.
My number 2, which will also surprise no one, is Ariana Grande.
Ari.
She was dethroned. She
Oh.
has been my number 1 for the past like 2 years.
She was beheaded.
No, she's still alive. She's just number 2 now. She's not number 1 anymore.
I mean,
She got the silver medal this time and not the gold.
a flop.
But I always love Ari. She's my pop queen. She's like, I love her so much. She makes just amazing music. All of her music is good. She's so slay. And I can't wait to see her in the Wicked movie.
I forgot that she was in that.
Mm-hmm.
Are they like making
Yeah,
that? Do you
they're
know
like
the-
filming right now, I think. Or they're recording. I know that she's posted a lot of videos of her in the recording studio recording like the soundtrack, like the music for it.
I see.
Like
Okay.
the songs. So even though some people online have been like, oh my gosh, she's making a new album. And I was like, guys, do you not know that Wicked's a musical and that she's recording the music for the musical, not a new album? Like, hello.
Like,
Use the brain, people.
She's preoccupied.
Yeah, like she's busy. She doesn't have time to make music.
She's a working girl.
Yeah. So she also has her cosmetics. She's got REM Beauty. Like she's booked and busy. She's not making a new album. Anyway.
She doesn't need music at this point. She's
No.
so rich.
And I think that's another reason why she's number 2 is because she didn't come out with any new music this year.
yeah.
Where like 2020, she came out with her most recent album, Positions. So that also put her up there.
Yeah.
Last year was my number 1. And then in 2021, she came out with the deluxe edition for that album. So then I was re-streaming that album again like the next
see.
year.
Yeah.
And this year this is like the first year in a while she hasn't come out with music. Actually, this is like the first year in like 4 years. Because in 2018 she released Sweetener. 2019 she released Thank You Next. 2020 she released Positions. 2021 she released Positions Deluxe. And then that was it. Now she hasn't released music since that. So she got demoted to number 2. But
Demoted.
when she releases an album again, she'll shoot right back up to number 1. So it's fine.
All right. My number 1. By no surprise, by literally anyone in the world,
This is my drum roll.
is Harry Styles.
Harry Styles. Harry Styles.
So, Harry Styles came out with a new album this year.
So there you go.
Harry's House. I really liked
Harry's
it.
house
It-
is in the middle of the street. Harry's house.
Get out of the street, Harry!
Harry, get out of the street.
Hey!
Oh my gosh, Harry Styles just got run over.
Oh my god.
Harry,
someone,
he had his
like-
AirPods in, he couldn't hear us. What about that joke?
That
Everyone
was
remember
a-
that?
Oh my god. Oh my god. You're insufferable. When someone told me that, made a joke and was like, oh, hey, like, haha, Harry Styles is bald, I believed them at first. I was so upset. I was like, no, he's not. He's not.
No, it's like a room. It's one of those just like rumors that people make up. There's like this whole rumor that Harry Styles is actually bald and he like wears a wig.
Which I think is hilarious.
No, it's
so funny.
because like you look at pictures of him and if you just stare at them long enough, you're kind of like, he
It
could
could
be.
be.
Like
It could be.
that could be a wig. Like it's so funny.
The thing is I on repeat this summer listened to Harry's House.
Right.
Like it was the only thing I listened to,
Mm-hmm.
which was a little scary. Like later on, like it came out. All my friends back at home listened to it for probably like a week or 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started dwindling, adding different things, and being just like, hey, like
Yeah.
this is now just music in the repertoire. Nope. I get in the car, safe album, boop boop boop.
I love this.
I love this. Play this.
What
no,
is
it
that beautiful music?
music?
No, literally.
It's also like, because when he released As It Was, the single for that album,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, oh my god, it was like that the meme of the person taking something and like ravaging it like it's like they're a dog.
Mm-hmm.
If I can speak, if I really could, it would be great. But and just like ripping it apart, that was me, and that was me with this whole album, honestly.
Slay.
And so yeah, Harry Styles. I went and saw him this year. He gave me COVID-19.
Him personally.
Yeah. He came down because I went up and I said, I finna be in the pit. I do not like that joke.
No, I think it's stupid and I hate it.
Oh, it's no one's gonna know what it is in like, I don't know,
No,
not even like a month.
No,
like, so
literally.
it doesn't even matter. But yeah, he spit in my mouth and gave me COVID-19. So
Great.
Ryan, who's your number one?
My number one is somebody who also released an album this year, which is definitely why they're my number one. Because when that album came out, I listened to it nonstop for much longer than I normally listen to albums when they first come out. And that is Miss Charlotte Atchison herself, Charlie XCX.
Charlie!
Yeah, I love Charlie. She's like one of my faves. All of her albums are so slay. She released Crash earlier this year, and I literally was so obsessed. And then she came out with the deluxe like a week after the standard version came out, and I was listening to the deluxe all the time. And I love it. It's such a great album, and she's such a great artist. Like, I love her, and I can't wait to see what she does next, because every time she comes out with music, I can never predict how it's going to sound.
It's always something new.
It's always something new. It's always innovative.
Fresh.
Yep.
Okay.
So.
The other thing I wanted to look at from our personal Spotify Wrapped is the I don't know. It's like a personality type.
Yeah.
But for your music taste. It's 4 letters. I don't know what they all could be. Like, I don't know the grid of them.
Yeah.
But Brian, would you like to share yours? Because we have different ones.
Mine is the specialist. And my little blurb says, you're selective with the music and artists you listen to, but you've got lots of love to go around. Once you decide you like an artist, you're all in, which is very true. Like, once I like someone, if I listen to like one album and I like it, I'm like, all right, I'm standing now. I love you. You're my new fave. Like, literally every other month. It's like,
I saw that with
love you. Like,
Little Mix.
Yeah, no, they were also up there. They were, because they did this thing on Spotify where they, like, some of your top artists, you have like a little voice message from them where it's like, thanks for listening to my music. And Little Mix was one of the ones that I got one for, where it's just like the girls of Little Mix, and they were like, thank you for listening to our music, like, blah, blah, blah. Also, speaking of that, 2 things. One, I saw on Twitter that Olivia Rodrigo's voice message that she sent to some people who had her as like one of their top artists, she said she's releasing new music next year. So good job, Olivia Rodrigo fans. You're getting new music from her next year. Also, Ali X, who's an artist that I really like, said in her video, because I got one from her, she said,
Oh my God.
I have a new album coming. And I was like, ah! So that's fun too.
Okay.
So those are the 2 updates.
I don't think I got any.
You'll find it. It's literally here. It's like on
God.
your Spotify, like on your homepage, in like the 22 review. It's right here. Your artist messages.
Oh my God.
And they're like little video messages from like artists who you listen to.
Oh my God, I got one from Mitski. Oh my God.
I got one from Mitski.
Yeah.
It's
oh my God.
the same one they sent to everyone. So it's not like they're gonna say
know,
your name
but
in
I
it.
was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's cool. Whatever. I didn't. I was
got one. I got one from Little Mix, Ali X, and Doja Cat were the 3 that I got.
Nice.
So.
I got a few from Matt Maltese. One from a new artist that I've been listening to, Wabi. And then one from Mitski. I was really happy with that one. Anyways, okay. Oh my freak. Oh, did you finish?
Oh yeah, that was it. It was just like, and then I think the 4 words at the bottom are the same for everybody. Because do you have familiarity, newness, variety, and uniqueness?
No.
Oh, well, my 4 descriptors are familiarity, newness. Which, okay, familiarity and newness seem like oxymorons to me. To have them both there, to be like, you're
Yeah.
both familiar but also new. It's like what?
Yeah.
That feels weird. Variety and uniqueness.
Interesting.
Those are my 4.
So I got The Adventurer.
Mm-hmm.
You're a seeker of sound. You venture out into the unknown, searching for fresher artists, deeper cuts, newer tracks, especially gems yet to be found. Which I think that's true. I feel like I end up listening to a lot of smaller artists. Like one of my favorite artists that I found is Lincoln, and they're the ones that did the Saint Bernard song that was popular on TikTok. They just released new music. Oh, it's so good. Anyways, so yes, and then my words are exploration, newness, variety, and uniqueness, which I think we have the same last 3.
Yeah. What were yours again?
Exploration, newness, variety, uniqueness.
Yeah. You just had exploration where I had familiarity.
Which I guess makes sense. But also
Sure.
it doesn't because I listen to the same songs on repeat.
Right.
Whatever. The last year they did Your Music Aura. So I think the statistics and the data behind Spotify Wrapped is up in the air.
Yeah.
I would not
think it's
trust it.
Yeah. I think it's a combination of like how many times you played something, how many playlists that artist or that song is in, as well as like how mainstream that artist is.
Yeah.
Because I think they definitely boost artists that are more mainstream.
Yeah.
Because everyone who I know, who I've seen their Spotify Wrapped like on social media and stuff, there's never been a time where all 5 artists in their top 5 I've never heard of.
Yeah.
There's always 1 or 2 where I'm like, oh, I know that person. Because I think they try to make it so you have at least one person who most people would know.
I need to see if anyone who sent us something had this person in there. I don't think so. Well, I've seen a few people with Bo Burnham in their Spotify.
Yeah, what is that up with that?
Listen.
That's so last year.
No, it's because this year he released Outtakes, which was like a whole nother special, pretty much, just like with what he didn't put in, which like he cut it down a lot. Like he had twice the amount of content, and he might have more. And he released just like a bunch of new music behind it that like I was past my Inside era because we were let outside.
So you were like I'm slightly less depressed.
Slightly.
I'm slightly less
key
depressed
word.
now. I'm not that depressed. Right?
I'm Mitski depressed, not Bo Burnham depressed.
A different kind of depression.
Like, it's a bad one.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't think anyone had, but it was just like, I saw a few.
You're like, what?
I saw someone who had the Beatles as their number 1 and then Bo Burnham as their 3rd. And
Therapy.
I was like,
More like prison, actually.
I know.
If the Beatles is your... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to say this. I'm so sorry to say this. If the Beatles is your number 1 artist in the year of our Lord 2022, please listen to anything else. Please listen
Like,
to
for
something.
real. I was so
else.
worried.
Like, the Beatles
I
your
was like,
number 1?
I was like, but they're not coming out with any new music.
I get it being in your top 5. Like, I know somebody who had it in there. It was their number 5. And that's fine. Like, I get that.
That means maybe you add
you're just
their song.
Yeah, you're just a big fan and you like their music. And that's fine. But as your number 1 artist in 2022, please get a grip.
There's so many new and exciting things that you can't be stuck in the past.
No, literally. Anyway, let's roast some people. So you guys sent us
toast
some of you
or boast.
Or
Roast, toast, or boast.
So you guys sent us some of your submissions of your Spotify Wrapped. So we're gonna talk about them. Do you want to start with this one, Cassidy? I don't want to say the person's name because we didn't get permission to say people's names, so I don't want to say people's names in case they don't want us to.
That makes sense. And then
just in case they don't want us to, I don't want to be like so and so, and then I'd be like, actually, I didn't want you to say my name, so we're just gonna not do it. So we have this person. Their top genre is K-pop.
Scary.
Kind of slay. It's like scary slay for K-pop.
Andrea said that we can say her name.
Oh, thanks, Andrea. Okay, so
calling you out.
Yeah, so our friend.
Can we both?
Drea,
we're both on the messaging. Can we message her at the same time?
Let's see. I'm gonna say, hey.
Whoa,
oh my gosh, that's crazy. It sent both of our messages from the same account.
Yeah.
Okay, so her top genre was K-pop, which I have known Drea for like 3 years because I knew her like soon after I started dating my boyfriend Joey because she was friends with his in like high school and
I
stuff.
met her Halloween last year.
Yeah.
Oh my God, was that only that like?
Hmm?
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I've known her for like about 3 years now, and yeah, I would definitely say that she is like a K-pop girly. So her top genre being K-pop definitely makes sense to me, and I see that for her. I'd be shocked if it was anything else, to be honest.
K-pop scares me, not gonna lie.
Her top 5 artists, K-pop stans scare me. Not like K-pop, but like
I am not scared of Psy himself.
of Korean pop.
Of BTS, I'm not scared
BTS.
of them.
I mean, they're in the military now, so maybe you should be.
And there's so many of them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them, so they can overpower you. There's a lot of them.
All of them could. Every single like group could overpower me
because there's so many of them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so her top 5 artists starting from 5. Her number 5 is Red Velvet, who I've listened to, and they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Andrea is actually the one who recommended them to me. They're pretty good. I listen to a couple of their songs every now and again. Blackpink is number 4, which I mean, who doesn't know who Blackpink is?
Yeah.
And I think they came out with an album this year, a new one. So.
Oh, okay.
Ariana Grande is number 3, which knowing Andrea makes sense.
Hey girl, hey.
She's also an Ari fan. 2.
Oh my God, that was so scary.
Siri decided to just talk to us, even though I did not say "Hey Siri" at all.
It was so loud, and she was so like
angry. She was like giving me attitude. Like, okay, you're the one talking out of turn.
Shut up, you AI.
No, literally. Sorry, Siri. I love you.
Don't kill me.
Please don't kill me. Yeah, when you take over the world, please don't kill me. I'm so sorry. I'm just joking. Number 2 is Brave Girls, who's also a K-pop group, and her number 1 is Twice, who's a pretty big group that a lot of people know.
I like the photo that they have.
They have a lot of members.
I know.
Twice has a lot of members.
I know.
That's my one thing about K-pop that I don't totally understand is when groups exceed like 6 people.
How do you do that? Like how? Like that's crazy.
From what I understand, a lot of groups have like rotating things where like certain shows, I guess, will have like certain people or like the people who are showcased change, like people who get like solos and stuff. It like kind of shifts around, so like everyone kind of has their thing. In groups that are that big, groups like Blackpink only has 4 members, so it's like everyone kind of has their thing.
Yeah,
where it's like the bigger groups, it's like everyone can kind of do a little bit of everything, which I guess is cool because you have like a lot of talented people in one group who can all kind of like multitask. But in America, we're much more used to like 3 or 4 people groups.
Because even with, I feel like with One Direction, I was like, that's 5 people. That's a lot.
Yeah,
of people.
5 people's a lot for a group.
And I don't even remember all of their names.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, Andrea, here's what I'll say. Am I necessarily the biggest K-pop fan in the world? No.
Nah.
But I can see why people like K-pop. Like I watch K-pop videos and I watch like the fan cams on TikTok that will sometimes come up and I'll be like, these girls are slay. Like all of the girls in these K-pop groups are so slay and like their outfits are always so fun and their dancing is always so good that I'm like, in another life, I know I was a K-pop stan. Like I know it because I watch it and I can be like, I can see why I would like this.
100%.
Like, I can see the reasons I would love.
In an alternate universe.
Yeah. There's time. Maybe maybe next year. My Spotify rap will be all K-pop.
I'm scared.
Why are you scared? Don't be scared. Do you want to talk about the next person?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about Liv, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about Liv.
That was the next person in my thing. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Liv also gave us consent to say her name on air, so I'm not too mad. Okay.
Okay, great.
So, number 5 for Liv, Fleetwood Mac.
I see that.
I was like, like, that was like a nice, like, that is a respectable, like, not old band, but like, not recent, not current. They're not current.
I think they're having like their moment because I feel like TikTok kind of is helping them out a lot 100%. With like the younger gen because they've had a couple songs on TikTok that have like,
but like rightfully so, like moment. They're good.
Right.
Phoebe Bridgers, which
I mean, hey, look. What like depressed queer woman who is Gen Z doesn't have Phoebe Bridgers?
Whoa.
Like, I'm just gonna be real with you. Like, I'm being what mentally ill like queer woman does not have Phoebe Bridgers in their playlist?
Dang.
Like, let me just be so honest right now.
That's like literally. I think that's the worst roast we've heard.
Like, it's not even a roast. It's just the truth. Like, I'm not roasting anybody. Like, I don't mean it like I don't mean it in a bad way.
It sounds like you're saying it
I'm
derogatory.
just saying, like, I know so many queer women who have mental illness, and in all of their Spotify raps, one constant denominator is that Phoebe Bridgers makes her appearance. Like, Phoebe Bridgers lives there. She literally lives in their brains.
Rent
Rent-free. Like, she's there. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you guys need to, like, start a support group or something. Like, you all need to get together.
Maybe you guys
like,
should
find
get
each other.
medicated.
Yeah, and, like, find a way. Like, and I'm not saying you have to not listen to Phoebe Bridgers, because I've listened to Phoebe Bridgers. Her music's good. It's not personally for me, but it's good. But I don't know. Maybe you guys need to just, like...
Isn't
do
that what her
something.
concerts are?
It's just a bunch of like queer
group
people
therapy.
crying. Yeah, literally. It's literally just a bunch of like sad people crying. But okay, yeah.
Number 3, the 1975.
Slay.
Which didn't they come out with a new album this year?
They did, yeah.
Okay. Work.
Yeah. Then not that long ago. It was
no,
like a
it
couple
was
months ago.
yeah.
Like, it was recent.
The main guy kissed
Yeah,
someone. Matt
Yeah,
Healy.
He be kissing on stage.
Kissing.
He just
like,
be grabbing random audience members and smooching on
I
them.
know. It's kind of like, watch out, you're in the splash
No,
zone.
literally, like, be careful, you might get kissed.
Oh my god! Oh
but
my
they
god!
have
You
fun
can get
songs.
a shirt. I got kissed by Matt Healy.
No, literally.
Oh.
No, but I like the 1975. His accent is so fun. Because he's like from the UK, so he has like a really crazy accent.
The people who like the 1975 really like the 1975. That's something that I've noticed.
True. They're super fans.
Yeah.
A lot of the fans have been there since Tumblr. Because 1975 was one of those like Tumblr groups. where
Oh,
it was,
really?
Like, yeah, it's like them and like the neighborhood and like, you know, that crowd. I don't know. I wasn't there. I was on the
crowd.
Marina and the Diamonds, Halsey, Lana Del Rey side.
Of course you were.
Like, I was over there with the girls. Like,
I was
oh no. I don't know where this is going. And I'm
I was
scared.
on the Super Hulock.
Oh, right. We've talked about this.
Yeah, I was pretty cringe. Anyways,
Who wasn't, though?
no, so
Like,
true.
we were all cringe.
Number 2. Speaking of cringe,
No, don't say that. No, I'll defend this.
Lord.
I'll defend Lord. I love Lord. Her music's so good. She's just like,
Yeah.
she is one of the few artists that can really put me in my feels. Like, sad
Really,
feels.
really.
Mhm. There's not a lot of artists that, like, because, like, for music to genuinely make me sad, it's got to be, like, very specific kinds of sad. Because, like, the typical just, like, this person who I love broke up with me. Like, that doesn't really move me. But, like, Lorde specifically, like, the way she talks about experiences and how, like, oddly specific it is to me while also being specific to everyone is, like, good. Specifically.
Yeah.
Pure Heroine, her first album, as well as Melodrama. Solar Power, not as much, but that's, like, a different vibe.
That's like, I
different
remember
vibe.
when that came out and everyone was like, I'm happy again.
Yeah,
I've never
yeah,
been
yeah.
depressed a day in my life.
People call it her flop. I don't know how I feel about
Oh
it.
my
I gotta like
God,
go back
really?
to it. Some people really don't like that album. It's just very different. Like, that's my thing.
Yeah.
Is you can't listen to her other 2 albums and expect the same thing from Solar Power. Solar Power is very different. I personally, when I first listened to it, I didn't really love it. I haven't yet gone back to it since my initial listen.
Mhm.
I haven't gotten around to it yet. But I'm sure once I go back, I'm gonna be like, this isn't that bad. Because that's usually what ends up happening. When everyone like over hates an album and then I'll listen to it and be like, it's not that bad. But yeah, no, love Lorde, slay.
Slay. Number 1. Taylor Swift.
T Swift. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure 4 out of 5 of these top songs that Liv has are all Taylor Swift.
Hold on.
I know Supercut is a Lorde song. The only one I'm not sure about is Clean.
Cruel Summer.
I know Cruel Summer is, I know The Archer is, and I know Mirrorball is.
Yes.
I think Clean is. Is Clean a Taylor Swift song?
I don't know.
I'm like 90% sure it is, but there's like that tiny bit of me where I'm like, it could not be, and I don't want to be like, it is, and be wrong.
Taylor. Clean.
Because I know Cruel Summer.
Yeah, it is.
Clean is okay. Okay, that's what I thought. What album is it from?
1989.
Okay, because I know The Archer and Cruel Summer. I'm pretty sure are from Lover, and Mirrorball is from Folklore.
Or
is it Evermore?
I think it's Evermore.
It's one
Because
of those.
Folklore, it's the one with the gray.
Yeah, that's Folklore. Evermore is the one where it's like her back.
Oh, so then it might be Folklore. I think I got them switched up.
Here, let me look. Mirrorball. Yeah, Mirrorball's Folklore.
Okay. I'm an idiot.
Slay. That's okay. You
Okay.
didn't know. You're not a Swiftie.
A Swiftie. Okay. I think we should do this person's next.
Okay. Liv, overall,
Oh yeah.
that makes sense for you. I wasn't
100%.
surprised by anything,
No,
to be honest.
no, I
None
was
of it was
not.
like, what? I wasn't shocked.
Yeah, no. I think it,
And it
it's
fits.
good, and it's
Yeah,
good,
It's solid. Yeah, no, all those artists are like solid. So
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
person
good
didn't
job,
give us
good
permission to
job.
say their name, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Georgia.
Georgia.
I was gonna do the same thing, but I was scared you were gonna yell at me
No,
about it.
I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care.
Georgia.
I don't care what Georgia wants.
Georgia.
So Georgia
Number 5,
Spirit Box,
Spirit Box.
who Georgia showed us.
I like every time
Spirit
we're
Box
in the
is
car.
slay.
Yeah.
It's like a metal
Yeah.
band. They do like some screamo vocal, like female vocalist. Very slay.
I feel like in our friend group we have a very diverse.
We all listen to like very different stuff, I feel like. And then there's like
Yes.
little overlaps between
Yes.
everyone. Like we all each have like artists that kind of like interconnect us.
The Venn diagrams make like a pretty flower.
Yeah. I feel like if you looked at everyone's music overall, it would be very different. But then you would look into and you would see like
Yeah.
specific like continuities between all of them that are kind of like, oh, okay. So this is where they all kind of meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Because number 4 is Doja
Cat.
And I don't think a single person in our friend group doesn't like Doja Cat. Like that's like
No.
almost an unsaid prerequisite to being our friend is you have to like Doja Cat or else you can't be our friend. 'Cause,
Like-
all of our friends like Doja Cat.
Like
Her music is so good.
she's Doja Cat. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Like how can you not?
If you hate Doja Cat, I hate you.
Like even Say So, her most popular song, the song that everyone's like, it's overplayed, is still good. Like it'll come up on my playlist and I'll still be like, this song was such a moment.
Listen,
like it's such a
Songs that are overplayed usually for a reason.
because they're good.
You know?
Sometimes they're overplayed because they're like kind of memey, and so people
Yeah.
play it because they think it's funny. But like,
Like any Ed Sheeran song that's played, I laugh.
no, that's just called not having taste. That's called the person who's playing that Ed Sheeran song doesn't know what good music is.
Oh my god.
Sorry to
used
all the
to-
Ed Sheeran stands
No,
out
I used to
there.
unironically listen to Ed Sheeran.
Sorry to all the Ed heads out there.
Ed Heads.
I don't know if that. No, I just made that up. I don't know if that's their name. It should be.
When Ed Sheeran was in Game of Thrones, I literally
He was in Game of Thrones.
No, you don't know this.
No.
Okay. So it was either the 7th or 8th season. I think it was the 8th, like the last one. And like the showrunners had messed with the show. Like
Mhm.
the plot lines are not good anymore. It's oh my god. Oh yeah, because it's
Yeah.
the 8th season, and Ed Sheeran is just like a cast is like a just like a soldier, and they're traveling to the
Just a guy.
capital, and one of the main characters, Arya, goes and is like, "I'm going to kill the queen," and then they all laugh at her,
They're like,
and then
"No,
they're
you're
like,
not."
"Sit down and eat some rabbit," and then they start
Oh.
singing, and Ed Sheeran has like
No.
a solo in the middle of Game of Thrones. It's literally insane. And the second it happened, I was like, this is like why like I've seen like gore on this show, and this is the worst thing. I there's incest on that show. Like so much of it.
The worst thing you've seen is Ed Sheeran.
And the worst thing I've seen is Ed Sheeran on that screen. Oh my god. Anyways, I didn't realize I had such an Ed Sheeran rant.
No, I guess so. I love it though.
Number 3, The Weeknd.
No, listen. The Weeknd, I love him.
He's really
I
good.
both love his music and I also love him. He's so hot.
Oh yeah,
No, he's so hot.
yeah.
No, I love The Weeknd.
Because we went and saw him this year too.
We did. His concert was so good.
It was so
Even
good.
though we were really
we
far
had
away.
really bad seats.
Yeah, we were really far away, but
But
like,
we
it was
had
still
fun.
so
I had
good.
fun.
No, I still had fun. I didn't care. I was
No,
like,
yeah,
whatever.
the Boston trip was so much
No,
fun.
Like, yeah, no, it was so fun.
We have like one photo of the 3 of us, and it's like such a bad photo. It's so like
We just like don't take photos often.
no.
That's a sign of a good friendship is when you never take photos when you hang out because you're so busy just doing other things you forget.
I'm too busy laughing.
I'm too busy laughing and having a good time and being engaged that I forget. Like me and my friend Jenna, we had a Halloween party. There is one picture of us from that party, and it's a group photo with everybody else who was there. Her and I. The only photo I have of her of just the 2 of us is all the way back from our senior year of high school.
Oh my god.
That is the last photo I have of us. Like we never take photos when we hang out because we're always laughing and talking and like we just don't.
There's other things to
Yeah.
do.
So we never take photos. It's really funny.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Number 2,
Tip.
KDA.
I've never heard of them.
KDA. They are Okay, how do I explain it? Because it's kind of a weird concept. So they are a girl group who is comprised of like real life singers, but the group is a promotional music group for the game League of Legends. So there are characters from the League of Legends lore who are in a girl group together. And so these real life vocalists sing the voices of these characters as like a weird, like meta fake musical group.
So it's like if you were to live in the world of League of Legends, that's the music you
Yeah.
would listen to. Because
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So you know how like
I love that, though.
VTubers?
Yeah.
How there are people who stream but they
Stream,
use like an
you-
avatar.
yeah.
It's kind of like that. Where like
they
but
use
they
this
use
characters.
avatars as the performers of this group, but they're all characters from the game League of Legends.
It's also like it's not that far off because you have like the gorillas and
yeah.
Hatsune
Hatsune Miku. Well, Hatsune Miku is like a program. Like she's a vocalist. She's not a person.
That's
it's like an automated voice that you can like, make music with. But she is like the character that the voice comes from. But yeah, KDA is pretty slay. But yeah, like I said, it's like people who actually like sing for like their career. They were like put in a group and they like they're kind of like K-pop-esque. Like they make kind of that like dancey pop music.
which fits.
That's very like high energy. Right.
Yeah.
For like a game, like a video
Yeah.
game, it's very like high energy, very like, you'd be bumping it while you're like in a match or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Turn
no.
up the radio, put on
And I believe
your
that.
magic AirPods.
Yeah.
'Cause
And I
you're
know
in
I know
League of
Georgia's
Legends.
played KDA in the car before. Because I know that
Oh,
song
really?
Villain, the number 3 song in her top songs, that's by them.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah. So I've heard them. They're good. They're slay.
They're slay.
Yeah, they're fun.
Number 1,
Again, surprise to nobody.
it's
Ghost. The band Ghost.
Ah!
The
I'm
band
so
Ghost.
scared.
You're scared of
The-
Ghost? You're
the
scared of
band Ghost.
Ghost.
Well, to be fair, honestly, the satanic pope,
Oh yeah.
he kind of scares me a little bit.
He's a little spooky.
I think it's
He's
just
spooky, ooky.
it's the hard paint of the black
with the white.
with the white
yeah.
because he's supposed to look like a skull, but it's like the uncanny valley skull kind of. Like I'm just
Yeah.
freaked out.
Yeah.
But I love the aesthetic of it very much.
Yeah, no, it's slay. I mean, Georgia like kind of has like a mini little ghost shrine in her
Yeah.
room. So like Ghost being number 1 totally makes sense to me.
She went and saw them this year.
She did.
She was in the pit.
She was.
I won't say it,
Shut up.
but you know what I'm thinking.
yeah.
Um.
And she was in fact in the pit.
So yeah, I
Again,
top genre pop though.
right. That's the part that confuses me because like The Weeknd and Doja Cat, okay, I get
Pop.
why the pop is there. But the fact that, and also I guess also KDA as well. But like, I don't know, Ghost being number 1 and like Spirit Box. And I know Georgia really likes like rock and like alternative
I
rock
know.
and stuff. So it's just kind of weird that wouldn't be the top genre.
I think it's
Over
also
pop?
just like
Yeah.
it's such a broad category.
Yeah, pop is so broad and pop can mean so many different things that it's just like, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay, you
have
have
another
some
person.
because
I
I
do.
want to save this person's to the last.
For last, okay.
because I would say it's a little crazy.
It's the funniest one.
It
I would say.
definitely
Out of the ones we
is.
have, it's like the funniest one.
I agree.
Okay, so this one is from one of my friends. He did not give me permission to say his name, so I'm not going to say it. But, so, number 5 on his, hold on. It has a full, like a longer name, but it's cut off by like dots.
That's
and I
so
don't know. Okay.
annoying.
Oh, it's Hall & Oates. I forget that it's like Dylan Hall and Oates, like it's the full name, not Hall & Oates.
Oh, it's
It's like their full names.
the
on
last
Spotify.
name. Wait, what? So it's Dylan Hall.
It's Dylan Hall. Hold on. It's Dylan Hall and John Oates is like the group.
No way.
But people just call it Hall
Hall
and
and
Oates.
Oates.
And I forget that. So when I saw it on here, I was like, who is that? And then when I saw the full thing, I was like, oh, right. It's Hall and
That's
Oates.
I had no idea.
Because no one calls them that. No one calls them
Also-
Dylan Hall and John Oates. No one calls them that. Everyone calls them
Also,
Hall and Oates.
Hall and Oates is such a good band name.
Right. Anyway, that's number 5. Which, if you know this guy, which I do, also his top genre was soft rock. Which, if you know this guy, makes total sense. 'Cause
Okay.
He gives like he's like a dad. That's like the
Oh,
energy
oh,
he gives
okay.
me.
Do I know this
friend
person?
of mine. You might actually. You do. You met him at my friend Jonah's wedding.
Okay.
He married them. That'll help you. No one else. No one else was just as good
I
to know
know.
this person.
Okay.
Yeah. He gives like dad energy.
Yes, he does.
So
yes.
soft rock and also Hall & Oates being on here.
Yes,
makes
that makes.
total
Oh my
sense.
god.
And the rest
no.
of these are gonna make even more sense when you hear
that
them.
yeah.
Because they all are like the same vibe, other than like
Okay.
one, which he has an explanation for the one that doesn't fit. So we'll talk about
I
that
love
too.
the explanation.
So 5 is Hall & Oates, 4 is Eagles, the
Like,
band, the group,
Okay.
the rock band.
Okay.
3 is Talking Heads, also
Okay.
the rock band.
Yeah.
And then I'm skipping number 2 because it's the weird one. Number 1 is Steely Dan. There's also another.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
He is a dad.
that's what I'm
He
saying.
is such a dad.
That's what I'm saying.
Steely Dan.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I know.
That's so funny.
I know.
I need that as an explanation. I don't care
The
about
Steely
the second
Dan?
one. I need an explanation.
Oh, I don't have that for that. I only have one for the second.
What are
So-
you doing in the year of our Lord listening to Steely
Steely
Dan?
Dan.
With
'Cause he's
not
a dad. 'Cause
Not
he's a
having a
dad.
child at all.
Because he's a dad.
I can't
don't know
believe
how to
it.
explain it. I love you, my friend. The friend who we're talking about. I love you so much. And we're kidding around, bud.
Steely Dan.
I'm going to hear about this the next time I see him, I swear.
Good.
Okay.
What's this
So
number
his
two?
number 2 artist is Kanye West.
Ah!
And he said to me, he said, this is stop laughing.
I just can't. The thought of Kanye West. Oh
Hanging
god.
out with like Steely Dan and Hall & Oates. Like,
What are you doing there, Kanye?
so he said, this is his message he sent after he sent me the one.
Okay.
He said, also to note, it only became not okay to listen to Kanye in like the last month. So that's why he's as high as he is. Because he listened to him a lot earlier in this year.
Because
So now he's like, okay, now that he's like weird and like we don't like him anymore, I apologize. Because
no, but I
it was
like
an accident.
because you know what, sometimes, sometimes a
It
Kanye West song
happens.
comes on and I don't skip it.
No, Kanye makes good
Good
music. Like,
music.
I'm not gonna deny that he's not talented, but it's like just because he's talented doesn't mean we can ignore his very problematic behavior. And I mean like
Like
one of the
Yeah.
most problematic people we've seen. Like I'm not even just throwing around the word because it's like a buzzword. Like quite legitimately, he is like a very like the things he talks about publicly are extremely dangerous ideology that like someone of his status should not be saying
100%.
like to people.
Which I mean, I'm happy that now that's like being recognized and people are actually stopping listening to him.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, like up until recently, like he said, like people were like, like they were just letting things slide. But then like with the most recent thing, it was like,
Mhm.
whoa,
Yeah.
which
a
I
lot.
think is unfair that was like the step it had to take when he already said so much hate in the past.
Right.
So it was like, why this? But that's
Right.
that's not a topic for a fun little radio show. That's a topic for like a podcast where there's 2 white men and then a white woman who
Yeah.
barely speaks.
Yeah.
And then like a dog that barks in the background.
Oh, a dog. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a special guest.
Sure. Okay. I have another one.
Oh,
from
yes.
another friend of mine.
Okay.
They also did not give me permission to say their name, so I'm not going to. But
I
this one
see-
might give you a little whiplash.
I see the top one.
It's a
already.
lot. This one's so the number 5
I'm buckled in.
is Eminem. You know, Slim Shady or whatever. Does he sing that song? Or am I thinking of a different person?
He's the real Slim Shady.
Right,
The real
right,
Slim
right.
Shady. Will you please stand
For
up?
like a second, I was
Please
like,
stand
is
up.
that not Eminem? Like I had like a moment where I
Is there
doubted
another white
myself.
rapper I should know of?
Jack Harlow.
He's dead to me.
Oh. Wow, that was
He
fast.
did Industry Baby with Lil Nas X,
did.
and then I was like, all right, like I'll give him a chance. And then I heard that his solo album was so bad
It's pretty bad.
that I was like,
Yikes.
all right, well, there's a flop.
Yeah. No, literally. Number 4 is Arctic Monkeys.
Eminem, Arctic Monkeys.
3 is Fall Out Boy.
Ah.
Kind of bridges the gap, I feel like.
I
I feel like Fall Out Boy's kind of like, yeah, sure.
yeah.
Like, okay.
Has Fall Out Boy come out with new music recently? Because the
I
last thing
know-
I know about is the Purple album. Like, is that called Mania?
Yeah, Mania. I know they came out with a greatest hits album. I don't think that was this year. I think it was last year. Because they have one called I think it's called Believers Never Die or something.
I feel like that.
And then they came out with a volume 2 of that, which was more of their greatest hits. Let me
hits.
look to make sure that I'm not just like, yeah, Believers Never Die volume 2, which came out. Oh, That came out in 2019.
Oh my
I don't
God.
think they've come out with new music since 2019. They came out with some like features. They were featured on some stuff
Yeah.
in like 2019, and they were on a 100 Gex remix in 2020, which I've heard, which I don't like. But sorry.
That's fine. Don't be.
Yeah, this person must be just a very big Fall Out Boy fan because Fall Out
Which
Boy's
I
number 3.
I get that. I get that
Yeah, no,
so much.
Fall Out Boy slays. So number 2 is Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
So Eminem, Arctic Monkeys,
Fall Out Boy,
Ariana
Grande.
and number 1 is My Chemical Romance. So it's just like we're really branching out.
I got whiplash.
know?
I would say Eminem. It hit me like a
Right.
truck.
You're like, oh, ow, okay.
Fall Out Boy kind of like slapped me to the right.
Right.
And then Ariana Grande came, sang a high note, punched me up so my chin's up.
Yeah, uppercut. Yeah.
And then Gerard Way of My Chemical Romance came and just took both hands and slammed down on my face and like cracked my nose.
Ouch.
Like I just got
violent.
beat up
And
from
Arctic
that
Monkeys
Spotify.
just witnessed the whole
No,
thing.
they
Arctic Monkeys just sat there like, whoa. That was a lot.
Guys, you
Oh my gosh. My foot keeps hitting like a cord.
It's a cord. It really scared me.
Sorry,
Anyways,
I
I was just beat up by this person's Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah,
So,
that was crazy.
but that was a really wild one. I did like that one.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to speed run through this next one because it's
Yeah.
my boyfriend and we don't have enough time because we also want to get to our last one. So for his artists, his top 5 were Ariana Grande is his
All right.
number 1.
Are
Beyonce is his number 2. Charlie XCX is his number 3. Chloe and Halle is his number 4. And Lady Gaga is his number 5.
Oh my God, Lady Gaga.
Which, knowing him, those all make perfect sense because
That
he's
does.
gay. Because he's gay.
Gay.
Gay and smelly. That's him. That's my boyfriend. Gay and
I
smelly.
agree. You know, I'm gonna say his name on air. Joey.
Oh.
I hope someone docs
He is in the
Joe-
witness protection program. I can't believe you just did that. Wow.
It's like
Wow.
Joe Smith. Oh my God. Why would you say that?
Why would you say that? That was crazy.
Yeah,
You might
his
as well have just
whole
said what
first-
his last name was. You might as well have.
You might as well just given out his full address on
Right.
air.
You might as well just said he lives at 123
Ah!
4th
Candy Cane Street.
Candy Cane Lane. You might as well.
Oh.
You might as well tell everyone where he works. Anyway, we have
Who are
one
you talking
more.
to right now?
We have one more Spotify.
Can you please get out of my room? I'm just
I'm
trying
not
to go
in
to
your room.
bed right
You
now.
don't own the radio station, first of all.
Okay. Anyways, so this one got sent with a disclaimer or a
Okay.
justification at the bottom.
Okay.
But I'm gonna wait to read it.
Okay.
I have to look up this bottom one really fast
Oh, let me see if I know it. I'm not looking at it right
because it's one of the ... ones.
now. Oh, yeah.
So number 5 is Andrew Rannells,
Mm-hmm.
whom I've never heard about.
Me
They
either.
have 477,000 monthly listeners, so a very small,
Yeah.
very small.
Like a medium,
yeah,
like
you
a
know,
decent
yeah.
amount. It's like a good amount.
You know.
Yeah.
But I love that.
Oh, this person's top genre was also show tunes. We didn't say that.
Oh, that explains a lot more now.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at some of these,
Because I'm
especially the
going
first
through-
one.
Also, going down for this individual, they appear on the Book of Mormon Broadway, the Falsettos Broadway cast recording,
Well, that makes
Prom,
sense.
the Bob's Burgers one, Big Mouth.
Well, that makes sense. So they're
Oh,
a
they
little
didn't- oh,
yeah,
okay.
they're a little
So,
soundtrack
yeah.
darling.
So that's slay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the number 1 songs are all from the book. Okay, interesting. Okay, that adds up.
Yeah, slay.
Okay, Christian Borle.
Almost like Christian Bale, but not. But slay.
Who is
Christian
this?
Bale, but in the Bizarro world. Christian Borle. It's him, but like evil. Him, but he's like a zombie, like in Bizarro, like in the Bizarro world.
This is also
A musical theater person.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have an alarm going off. Sorry, everyone.
Every time.
Musical theater person.
Yeah, Legally Blonde. There's one that's just
Yeah.
Broadway.
Oh, Broadway, the soundtrack.
Yeah, like I was like, okay.
It might be like a compilation album of like different
Probably.
musicals.
Something Rotten. Also worked on Falsettos, Little Shop of Horrors.
Fun.
Yeah. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah. You know,
That's so fun.
some classics.
Yeah.
Number 3, Cave Town.
Well, there we go.
A classic.
There we go. A little indie darling.
Indie darling.
Yeah.
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
Harry.
Number 2. We've talked about
Number
Harry.
2, Harry. Number 1, which comes with a justification.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna read it out. This is quote unquote from this person.
Okay.
My justification for Glee being my top artist is that I had to make a playlist for the best songs and worst songs, which meant I had to listen to the entire discography. And it's the emoji of like, kind of, he's like sullen and like understanding that he has hurt others, but accepts it. That's
hurt others by listening to the Glee cast.
But that's the emoji that's
I just
expressed.
said what it was. It's the Glee cast.
Yeah, Glee.
Oh,
it is Glee. I did say
for
Glee.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
That's
said
okay.
It. I thought okay. Yeah, so Glee cast. Okay, here's the thing. Everybody jokes about Glee being in their top 5. So I don't feel like, personally, I don't feel like it's that cringy anymore.
No.
Because everyone is like, when the Spotify Wrapped comes out and Glee is my number 1 artist, like it's not.
Like it's just covers.
Right. And I get it. Because like a lot of the people on Glee are really talented.
Yeah.
And they are all very like good singers for the most part. There's some people who sing on Glee who I don't care for. But for the majority, like Amber Riley and Naya Rivera and like even Leah Michele has like, and like Darren Criss.
Yeah.
Like we have some talented vocalists on that show. So I get being like, I love this Glee cover of this song because of just the person who sings it. Like they do such a good job. Like, so I don't think it's that bad. So I don't think you have to feel bad for Glee being your number 1. Am I going to judge you a tiny bit? Maybe. But I get it.
It's also because I didn't know that those bottom 2 they're either like they're either singers on stuff or they're
like actors.
Yeah.
Like stage actors.
So I didn't know that. I just didn't register show tunes. I was too enamored by Glee.
Right.
Because I was like, number 1.
What?
Like the thing is I can understand if it's up there.
Right.
You know, you
Number
add
1.
a song here and there to a
Yeah.
playlist. You're like, hey guys, isn't this funny? It's the Glee version. Number 1? How? I understand that he had to listen to it but he also didn't have to. That's the thing. Did not have to go through the best and worst covers.
I mean, but maybe he did. Maybe he was contractually obligated.
Contractually. He had a gun to his head.
And they were like, you have to tell me the best and worst Glee covers now.
And he did.
He did, and he slayed. So there you go.
So yeah, moral of the story, if you had Bo Burnham on your Spotify Wrapped,
Red flag.
I look down on you.
Red flag.
Because I have gone now 2 years. Last year I was very worried that he would be on there. He would creep his little way in. His little lanky white.
Did he or did he not?
No, he did not.
Okay, let's go.
I know. I was very worried.
Yeah.
He's like one song from that album is on my top 100, but like it's down by like the 60s.
Yeah.
I know.
100 is a lot of songs.
Yeah.
So
I'm not too.
it's forgivable.
Yeah.
I have a couple songs in my top 100 where I'm like, I don't know why that's in there, but sure.
I'm gonna be like, this isn't something I'm gonna share with people.
No, I'm gonna
Lock
like, okay,
this
sure.
away.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I guess.
But yeah. That's the moral of my story. Thank you guys so much for listening. You can find us on Instagram where we took all of our wonderful listeners submitted their Spotify Wrapped to us on. Thank you for letting us roast you or toast you.
Yeah, I think we toasted most people.
I agree.
Because my thing is like what you like. You know, I don't have to listen to your music. You have to listen to your music. So if you like it, great.
Go for it.
You know, who am I? Who am I to sit here and be like, your music taste is trash? Like, okay.
Except if you have Bo Burnham on.
So if you have Bo Burnham, or if you have,
Go off.
if you're one of those people who has like fan sounds, and then you're like, I use it to go to sleep. Shut up.
Why don't use Spotify for that?
Yeah, use YouTube like everybody else.
And then you put your little phone, plug your phone in, put it on the little thing, and then you put it face down. So then
the light doesn't keep you up.
Are you an idiot?
No, literally. Like, if you use Spotify for your white noise, first of all, listen to music more. Hello. If all of your top 5 songs are all white noise sounds, listen to more music. First of all, delete your Spotify subscription because you clearly don't need it.
No, they definitely don't use Spotify Premium for the fan noises. I bet
No,
an ad.
literally.
like plays it.
You get woken up. Want to skip the ads? You're like, oh, in a cold sweat.
Oh, guys.
Oh, and thanks, Corinne, for following us on Instagram.
Whoa!
I'm gonna call you out, Corinne. Hey, Corinne, why didn't you send us your Spotify
Which one
Wrapped,
is
Corinne?
it?
Wow,
There's 2 of them.
there is 2 Corinnes, but this is Corinne
Granger.
Granger. I knew it would be too. When I saw a little name come up, I was like, oh, really? Interesting.
Interesting.
Fake fan.
Thanks for following us at Gay and the Grossed Out on Instagram. So
Yeah, and YouTube at The Gay and the Grossed Out.
yes, we post our we post our recordings every morning. No, oh my god,
Every morning.
every morning. I would die. People like do this every day for their job.
Yeah.
I'm
I
barely
know.
funny once a week. Like, how does that work? Anyways, I think next week is gonna be our last show of the semester.
Yeah, and then we'll be back in the spring.
But then that'll be our last semester.
Unless we continue this. Because the beauty about having it on YouTube is we don't
You
have to come.
come here.
We could record it at home.
I don't have a fancy microphone though.
Neither do I.
Mom,
We'll just record on
Dad,
phone
Merry
calls. We'll like call each other on the phone and we'll just record that.
the FaceTime recording, like that, the screen recording.
I don't want that. That's too much. That's too much.
Anyways, you can follow me on Instagram at Cass Heinen or at space.ace.shop. I sell earrings sometimes, not really anymore, but soon maybe. You can follow me on Twitter at Cass Heinen. Ryan?
Follow me on Instagram at Ryan X Libra and Twitter at RyGuyLove. And I think that's it. I'm trying to think of anything else. I don't do a whole lot, so I don't really have anywhere else for you to follow me. You can add me on Be Real. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That's cringe. That's it. I don't know.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.